Hi everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Welcome to another edition of the fun stuff here at quantlabs.net. All right, so what we've got here is I've created a new script with some new data. I'll go over that in a minute. You probably, if you've been following along, watching some of the scripts that I've been working with, these ones, namely the intro crypto with futures for Binance, and you can see here the number of sells versus the number of buys is telling you a reflection of what's going on in the markets. Now, because of this recent, we'll call it crash over the last 3-4 days, I have focused a lot, and this a lot of it's the inspiration is because everything is traded in USDT or Tether, and I've compared the Bitcoin markets and the Ethereum markets, or alts as they call them, and the fiat market, which includes USDT. USDT seems to be by far the winner and what gets the most volume in trading. So that's what I decided to focus on. Also, one thing I wanted to let you know is even though we are in a crash, I just wanted to show you I have the ability to track all of the coins listed on Binance. There's about 111 of them, which means usually you can find trading opportunity even if there's a deadly crash in the markets on Binance. So up until earlier today, it was only one coin that was moving, and I'm going to try to show you an example of it. I can now also analyze the markets in USDT with by many, well, all the major time frames: hourly, minute, 5-minute, 15-minute. But I just wanted to show you just different snapshots of what's been going on. So here, this one is a new pair in USDT: XRP bear, Ethereum bull, Ethereum bear, EOS bear, bear USDT, and then some of them can go up quite a bit. So here, rate of change, and this is the volume, and that is for 5-minute data. You can clearly see here that BSV has been consistently moving about 1.74 over 5-minute data, and it was quite a while. So you can, and it was trading with BSV at 1% throughout the day, no matter what time frame you looked at. Also, Bitcoin came back at 1.84, and there are pockets of Bitcoin as well as there's these new ones: XRP bear, Ethereum bear, bull. I'm not sure how these are affiliated. If they are affiliated with the futures market as well. So point though is that earlier today you could have made some money, even though majority of them were down or barely moving at all. As you can see here, rate of change, and that's a rate of change of the last 5 minutes. That majority of them were barely profitable, and a lot of them out of the 111 here were pretty well negative. So yeah, it will affect these coins, but sometimes, even though on platforms like MotiveWave, also in the futures market, you will not get all these other coins that I've listed: BSV for one, and a few other ones as well, like WAN, Ontology, this new one, Tomo, Theta, ZRX, so on. So I also list the volume as well, just to track how that can compare in terms of performance, because one thing I do have seen, the volume's too low and the price does go up, what can happen is that it can drop really fast. One other thing I want to highlight, being trading in USDT Tether, which is a more stable coin, it's the most popular stable coin to trade in. If it's a stable coin which removes a lot of the volatility as opposed to trading in Ethereum or Bitcoin. So if the price can go up, it can also come down just as fast. So this is a safer coin to trade in, and as I said earlier, the volumes seem to represent that as well. So I did do a I'm going to run a new script here, and it's the USDT Tether. USDT Tether movers, and I could put in any time frame I want. So I'm just going to try an hourly move and let it run. It takes 111 coins to go through. But I just wanted to show you that, yes, there is usually at least one that will perform no matter how bad the market is. So that was 5 minute. Let me show you a 15 minute. This is from earlier today. And then you can see here, rate of change here on this one, Ethereum Bull, was up at 17.5%. And that's in a very severe down market. BTC was up 6.77, 1.73 XRP Bull, but the BSV still stayed quite high, as well as you can see the EOS Bull, Litecoin, and even Zcoin was a 0.5% move on the 15 minute. So there were pockets of profit there, profit opportunities. So if I was to show you the hourly as well, this will change, of course, because we're running it again. But you can see here, you can always sort by, let's see here, if I go Z to A, make it ROC rate of change again. And again, that is on hourly data. So you can see here, looks like, let me just see here, let's redo that. Data, sort, Z to A, I believe it is. Okay, so here we go. So XRP Bull, EOS Bear, Ethereum Bear, but BSV was still, maybe an hour ago, over 1.6%, and Zcash looks like it was 0.05%. So we'll see that in a minute. But if I look at other instances, 1 minute, this can move quite a bit as well. As you can see here, Ethereum Bull up 14%, and then the rest, BSV did move at 0.8% or 0.8. On the, I think I showed you all of them. Just so you know, this script does take a while to run. It's going through 111. So, as I said, the consistent one for quite a while was the BSV here. And then you get these bull and bear individual ones. And as I said, I'm not sure if those are part of the futures market at all, but I'll have to dig into those because those are new to me. But we'll let this run. There is some patterns here that we need to be aware of, is the volume that we need to keep track of on these rate of changes as well. So the opportunities are there, and for sure we can definitely see that there are, as I said, pockets of opportunity. So if I go into trading view, and there's a reason I like, you will not get this type of opportunity with platforms like Motive Wave. You'll not get them even with the futures market. You can only really do them in a language like Python. So that brings me to this product that I have here, my quantlabs.shop. So I'll just load up BSV USDT. For whatever reason, it's not included. I'll just use Bittrex for now. But if you go into my shop, as I was saying, go into catalog, you go under Python 3. This type of scripting I'm talking about, Python, you can learn through here by going through this course, just so you know. Now, let's talk about why I like crypto. I put a video out last week. You can see here this jump up from the beginning of January 2nd, and because we were focusing more on motive wave, you can see here we missed out on this huge jump from $80 to $430 peak, and even up until a week, 2 weeks ago, it went up to 364, and now it's starting to come back down. So those are sort of the opportunities you do miss out on, and generally I do find that they are opportunities, but the only way to find them is through Python and doing a course like mine to build your custom trading bots, and Binance enables that as well. See how our script's going. So it's still going, chugging along pretty slow. Also, one other thing, if you are into learning about just general algo trading or automated trading or just trading in general, you can always come to quantlabs.net and learn about or get a couple of books or just subscribing. And as well as if you want to learn further, you can get the DVD product at quantlabs.net/DVD and get that as well. And that will include a source sample of Python with a trading bot, a primitive trading bot right here. That's included, but it also includes 2 other videos for Motive Wave as well. So it's kind of like a front gate into the service as well. So let's see how we're doing here. This will take, like I said, it takes a while. I can show you some of the pairs in USDT that are available. And again, this is part of the spot market for Binance. There's also the futures market as well. That seems to have a bit more volume as well. So let me find the pairs. So these are all the available pairs in Bitcoin, in USDT. Some of these are doing quite well. I've heard that this one called Algo USDT does quite well. So if I go over to TradingView, let's see if I can find that. So again, this is one of the reasons why I've gone all in with. Yeah, it doesn't look like it has it. Oh no, it does. There we go. Let's see how this one's been performing. There's Link, which is doing quite well, but this one seems to be the next one that performs like Link. So we'll see how this one goes up from, a month, February 3rd at 0.25 all the way up to 0.48. So it's almost doubled in no time. So you can imagine that's quite the good little. See right here. So let's see here. Yeah, so you're looking at quarter all the way up to 0.48. So it's almost doubled in 3 weeks. So very exciting to be able to trade those that are unknown. And this is one of the reasons why I like doing it this way, as well as the Tether market in Binance seems to be, as I said, has a lot more volume than either the for instance, BTC USDT. Show you here. You can check the volume of the 24-hour volume. So let's see. Whereas opposed to, if I was to show you see here is 615 million, and that's USDT. Okay, so that's the number of volume for that. Whereas if I was to show you, let's say, let's see the biggest coin out there for let's see here, we want markets. There's a lot going on with Binance these days. It's quite innovative. It's pretty exciting, actually, to be honest. Just trying to figure out how to get to the market. See how our script's doing. Oh, it's done. Anyways, no, it's still running. Yeah, it's still running. Let's see, how do I do it? Can always see here. Okay. Oh, here we go. Futures, basic. Yeah, basic, I guess. Okay, here we go. We want I'm gonna give up this fight. Don't know how to get to the usual. Oh, life goes on. Okay, so we're getting there. Okay, so we got there. So you can see here that they list these three coins in USDT. Okay, so the biggest would be, let's see here, 6,066. That would be Bitcoin. So if I did that conversion, 6,066 BTC to US dollar, and that's 55 million. But if I was to do a lookup for, so that's 55 million in BTC. That's the biggest pair in the Bitcoin markets on Binance. Whereas opposed to if I look up Binance BTC USDT, just to bring back the amount, it's much, 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 much bigger. Still going there. So our 24-hour volume was 600 and something million. So it's 10, 11 times bigger, which says quite a bit. Yep, so it's 615 billion. Sorry, 615 million. So that's how the price comparison between the two. So that's going to be in Bitcoin. So that turned out to be 55 billion, and the next one would be Link in BTC. And then when you factor in the alts market, so you're looking at, I guess, an XRP, BNB, so 11 million or 11,000. But we have XRP and Tron for the biggest markets. So overall, the biggest markets are going to be 615 million BTC and USDT, and Ethereum and USDT as well. So that is the biggest market, is USDT. So I'm just trying to show you that. That is the case. So we're almost done here. Let me just get you the freshest data here. So again, you will learn all that stuff through here at quantlabs.net/DVD. Also, if you are on the Facebook page, you can always type in free to get the books through your messenger, Facebook Messenger, that is as well. So we're just waiting for this to finish up. So there you go. That's why I do everything right now in USDT. One thing I will say about Binance is also, when you look at the markets, especially the fiat market, you'll notice here that we have now ruble, Nigerian, euro. So let's say the euro market. I think this market will become eventually the next backup for Binance when USDT, if it blows up because of regulation or some corruption, or as it's being investigated by the New York Attorney General. If you're not aware of that, last year. So here we have 4 pairs. Also, you can also notice that it does use ruble as another one, and it's not a lot. There's not a lot of volume right now, and looks like Naira and Nigeria might be the bigger one. So if I looked at, let's see here, just out of curiosity. So we have 73 million. So 73 million NGN to USD. So that's 200 million or $200,000. So 73 Nigerian Naira equals 200,000. So it's a very small market. Where if you look at, let's say ruble, so USDT, 14, let's say 15 million ruble. So 1, 2, 3. What's that equal to US? 200. Wow, now 229,000. So right now, easily the euro fiat market's their biggest right now. So that would be, 300,000. It's very small. So USDT is where you want to be to trade. Okay, so here we are done. So I believe it was hourly data. So USDT mover 1 hour XLS. So we've updated. Let's get the file here. This should be our latest. So here, what we're saying is BSV still moving up 1.06 BSV, but there's all these, as I said, all these other weird ones. XRP bull, bear, and then these are the moves: 2%, 1.8, 2%, and that's in a pretty bearish market. Zcash is still doing okay. XMR, oh sorry, no, that's not strong enough. But it looks like BSV USDT is doing okay. Let's see if I can find that on the chart. this mess. Buy crypto. Maybe it's better to do it through Google. So Google, what we're doing is Binance BSV USDT. Okay, let's get Binance itself. Can't. I'll do it through Crypto Watch. So there you go. There's some big moves there, and this is a three-day chart. So if I did hourly, yeah, you can see it's just been moving up. So this confirms. Let's see if I can. I do like this charting website. It's quite good actually, but it's owned by Kraken. But you can see here, since even 5 o'clock, it's been moving up pretty steadily. But it's come off over the last few minutes. So that's hourly, 1 minute. So maybe a 15-minute chart. It's been a steady decline. All right, so that's pretty well it. So there are always opportunities like earlier today, but we'll leave it at that. And let me just check on anything here. It looks like nothing much. All right, so that's pretty well it. I appreciate you watching and have a good day. Thanks.